marshal. We got my man back. We just want to.
Hey, what's up, everybody? How y'all doing? Welcome back to Perry Politics Today. I'm sorry I didn't come on last night, but it's a fight to watch. But people, this stuff has gotten real. Trump is going into action. He's picking his cabinet, and the people he's picking people are out there. Okay, now I'm gonna start with this first guy, and I'm not even sure why he picked him, but he probably reminds Trump of himself. Okay, this guy done been married 3 times. That's Trump's number. But let's get into it. So he done went out there. I guess he couldn't find enough racist neighbors, so he went to Fox and picked up a part-time anchor guy that comes on the weekend. His name is Pete Hegseth. He picked him to be his Secretary of Defense, people. And I can't believe it. You know, you think Trump one thing, but this guy is out there, right? He had to go and pick this racist guy from Fox. This guy right here, he was accused of SA at the Hyatt Regency in Monterey, California in 2017. 2017. And he was married to his second wife at the time. Okay, so he don't believe in just having one and staying married. And while married to his second wife, he had an affair with an executive at Fox named Jennifer Riot, right? Is her name. Now, whom he had a child with and supposed to be a Christian man. Now, what kind of Christian is that where he laying pipe all over the place, people? Can't no wife trust you to take out the trash like that, right? Now, he married this chick and just discarded the rest of them. Now, he done been married 3 times, 7 children, by the age of 40. His first wife he was married to, name is Meredith Swartz. He's married to her from 2004 to 2009, right? I guess she didn't catch him till later. Then Samantha Deering, he was married to her 2010 to 2017. Then you got the Jennifer chick, the executive at Fox. Now, he married her in 2019. He's still married to her, though. He's still married to her. This guy ain't really got no experience nowhere. Trump don't care. He figured if you cheating and I'm cheating, we need to party together right here at the White House, or should I call it the jailhouse? Look, the freak fest has begun. This fool got all kind of people up in here, right? Now, that's just this freak. Now, he it's sort of out there. This guy, he's supposed to be all that, but you can't trust him nowhere. And I don't know what he be thinking he's doing, but I'm thinking that he's probably wanting something like this, people. Now, I'm not sure if y'all watch a lot of TV. I'm sure you do. But he's looking for something like this. You know, a little freak with 5 wives, 3 wives, whatever, right? That's the kind of shit he's looking for. Give me a second. Let me see. I get this shit back out of here. But so that's the person he nominated for Secretary of Defense. And let's see what Whoopi and them had to say about him.
Be U.S. Secretary of Defense. Now, MAGA supporters and detractors are trying to figure out what? Because of this pick. But take a look.
Obviously, it's weird, and there's only one reason he's doing it, because he's on Fox News.
Look, I was stunned when I saw it, but then it made all the sense in the world. It also helps that the guy you're looking at is central casting.
This is an incredibly serious time in the world. It's an incredibly serious cabinet position, and I don't think Hegseth is a serious person and a serious pick.
Now, if you're wondering about the impact of this possible new Secretary of Defense, here's his take on women who serve their country.
You don't like women in combat?
No.
Why not?
I love women service members who contribute amazingly because everything about men and women serving together makes the situation more complicated, and complication in combat means casualties are worse. I'm okay with the idea that you maintain the standards where they are for everybody. And if there's some, hard-charging female that meets that standard, great, cool, join the infantry battalion. But that is not what's happened.
Yeah.
What has happened is the standards have lowered.
So that's not true.
So is this the guy who's qualified to make decisions about the most powerful military in the world, who clearly does not know anything about the military?
No policymaking experience and no Pentagon experience. And by all accounts, the reason that Donald Trump chose him is because he wants a disruptor who's going to help implement his agenda.
I think that says a lot about who he is. I think what he said about women says a lot about who he is. He also said, first of all, you've got to fire the chairman of the Joint Chief of Staff, which happens to be General Charles Brown, Jr., a black man. And so I think we're seeing misogyny play out. I think we're seeing racism play out. And, we should be disgusted. We should be very, very concerned, as Alyssa has pointed out, about how important this position was. But again, I'm not surprised.
Look, she ain't surprised, ain't surprised. People, the man don't like women. He damn sure don't like blacks. And if he did like Latinos and Hispanics, he ain't gonna like them when the bus pull up in front of their house and deport them. That's what's gonna happen. Now, out of all these people that he's picking for his cabinet, look at these pictures. Do you see a black? They getting rid of the blacks. I told you, Latinos first, Hispanics second, then the blacks. And for everybody, and let's make this perfectly clear, besides this little sellout, Wyoming, whatever his name is, some guy that he done picked up off of YouTube that's doing everything for a click and a view and $1. And he's selling out his own people, right? Just like some of these Charleston whites out here will sell out your own. Now, for all these blacks who didn't vote, for all the ones who sat home, people, we about ready to pay the price for what's done went down here. Trump ain't messing around. He got the bar set up so he can have his freakness in private and keep us out of the White House, or should I say jailhouse. This is going to be crazy. Now, no black members in the staff. And for the black people that thought they would be accepted, like the little black guy that was on YouTube, I'm sure y'all probably ran across him with the MAGA hat on, voted for Trump. Then he tried to show up to a rally and they kicked him out because he was black and he was sad about it. Don't be that stupid asshole to do it to yourself. Like, voting for Trump was voting for your own transportation out the country if you illegal or your family member is. It's just crazy. Now, that's just this one freak, Pete, that I'm talking about. Then he went to hire 2 more people. He also picked up Tulsi Gabbard, and she's going to be like the director of national intelligence. I don't know much about her. I know she was a Democrat a while back, switched over. Maybe she's looking for a paycheck. He'll give it to her. Maybe he's going to be her runner to go and pick up, the stuff to bring back to the house so they can have a freak fest, right? Then he picked up RFK Jr. And he's going to be in charge of Health and Human Services Secretary. Who going to have who going to have this fool in charge of their health? I think Trump got it because every barbecue got to have that nut job uncle, and he fit the script, okay? Now, he's a Kennedy reject. If his father was here right now, he probably just bust him in his ass, and he should. And I don't know much about him besides that, because that's the kid that always left hidden from society. And I see why, right? He probably was locked in the basement, right? But I'm telling you, this guy, I can't say he was on drugs, but if I had to guess, people, he seemed a little slow and weird as fuck. So that's going to be the nut job at the Freak Fest. Then you got Tulsi Gabbard going to be the runner. I guess she bring in the girls. I guess she's going to be the bus driver for the supply and the baby oil, right? This is going down, and this is going to be crazy. Now, for him to go out there and pick Pete, let me see what Pete thing is. Now, for people who don't believe me, Trump transitional team had a meeting today to discuss SA allegations against Secretary of Defense. They coming in under investigation and coming in most definitely with the baby oil, people. Right? When Ray J said ass is going to be taken, I know exactly what he's talking about. Right behind these bars behind me. It's going to be taken, people. It's going to be taken. So that's all I got for the nut job uncle and Tulsi Gabbard for right now. But I did a video. I did like a regular still video day before yesterday talking about Matt Gaetz. Right? Now, if people don't, well, a lot of you guys might not know him, but soon you will, right? Now, this guy basically is one of the right wing of the policy. I mean, of the Republicans, like the really nut jobs. It's like 8 of them: Marjorie Greene and him, and about 6 more of the losers, right? So Trump had to balance it out and try to give him a job. He under investigation for a lot of crazy stuff, people. Now his is out there too. We about ready to get into it, but it's sort of wild. But let me just play this little one clip about Tulsi Gabbard and RFK Jr. before I go on to Matt Gaetz, because that I'm saving that for last, because that is the shit. He's weirder than Pete.
And with several of these picks, we're seeing that. His choice for Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth, who would lead the large and complex Pentagon with its nearly 3 million employees at a time of global tension, has served in uniform, but he has no previous government or management experience. Tulsi Gabbard, Trump's choice to oversee the 17 different U.S. intelligence agencies, has no experience in that area and has publicly taken the side of U.S. adversaries in Syria and Russia. And I've personally heard concern from some U.S. partners about her receiving a security clearance. Jerika, intelligence is a trust game, as one former official said to me today, and being able to command that from partners is really critical.
That's right. And I understand you have some new reporting on RFK Jr. tonight.
Well, Jerika, early in the first Trump administration, the FDA had been directed to take meetings with RFK Jr. But when health officials got into power, those contacts were then cut off because they found he was unwilling to listen to data that conflicted with his personal opinions. And there was concern among health officials that because he was unreceptive to new information, continuing to meet with RFK Jr. would lend credibility to some of his false ideas. Now he's set to oversee public health, if confirmed.
Who in the hell left him in charge to oversee a damn thing? But drug rehab is what he probably need to be reseeing. But people, look at this cabinet. I showed you the picture. No minorities besides the lost guy from India, I guess, right? Swami or whatever his damn name is, right? But it's just crazy. Now, let's get into Matt Gaetz, because I did a video about him and his freaky ways, right? Now, he was investigated for some bad things, right? Now, back when Kevin McCarthy was the Speaker of the House, he wanted him to drop the investigation. He get mad when he don't do it. He get with Marjorie Greene and the crew, you know, the little racist crew. Then they get him ousted from the thing, right? But the stuff he did is out there, right? Now, he was being investigated. The Justice Department investigation for Gaetz was trafficking, transporting girls across the state lines for the purpose of prostitution, people, debauchery, and moral purposes, right? And also, Matt Gaetz had attended drug-heavy sex parties with a 17-year-old, which he, you know, got busy with, and then passed her around to everybody else, right? Gaetz also have been surrounded by allegations of sex with teenagers, booty excursions to exotic parties with drug use, shady dealings around prostitution again, and he also dated a congressional intern, right? While he was in Congress. So this guy is most definitely like a freak. And you know damn well with him, it's no excuses. He can't come and say, oh, well, he have said, I never dated people under 18. But you out there in the middle of the parking lot of a high school for a pep rally, cheesing, picking up people, taking them out of state. Come on now. There's no way in hell you want me to think that you being falsely accused. You had witnesses come out against them, but of course, when you got money, you got power, you get shit just pushed under the rug, basically, right? So that's where things at with that. Now, these some of the things he was charged with: sexual misconduct, illicit drug use, accepting improper gifts. So now he ain't just freaking the young girls. He accepting improper gifts too. He just making money, just doing whatever, right? Giving special privileges, favors to those with personal relationships, seeking to obstruct government investigations and to conduct, right? Now, that's the shit I'm talking about. And here's Kevin talking about it, right? Kevin McCarthy.
Truth, why I'm not speaker is because one person, a member of Congress, wanted me to stop an ethics complaint because he slept with a 17-year-old. An ethics complaint that started before I ever became speaker, and that's illegal, and I'm not going to get in the middle.
This is a guy that the media didn't give a time of day to after he was accused of sleeping with an underage girl. And there's a reason why no one in the conference came and defended him, because we had all seen the videos he was showing on the House floor that all of us had walked away of the girls that he had slept with. He'd brag about how he would crush ED medicine and chase it with an energy drink so he could go all night.
Now, what that remind you of? A Diddy party. They got that baby oil in there, laced with something. And then they're going to have this Tulsi Gabbard at the door feeding you drinks. You know what I mean? This is crazy. It's just crazy, people. And now that's what's about ready to happen. Now, these people coming out telling you the guy's afraid. Trump don't care. But I guess at the end of the day, what kind of convicted felon do? Right? Only thing he want is the party to start on time and be organized. Closet full of baby oil. You got the drinks and you got the freaks. That's what's going on. And Matt Gaetz was at this little he's having some little function, and he had a heckler come in and they kicked him out.
Thanks for coming out. Thanks for your birthday. I brought you a bag full of underage girls. Hey, dude. Get up back. Underage girls. Get out. If you inflate them, get out. It's much here. Get out. This way. Hey, nice to meet you, Jeffrey. Thanks for being here.
But they don't kick him out. Now they don't kick him out just because he giving a man what he want. He said, I brung you a bag of underage girls. That's what he like. That's what I think gonna be going on in this building behind me when he take office. I think January 20th. The party's gonna begin. He already getting the Klan established, right? Let me where that cabinet picture at again. He getting the Klan ready, right? He's setting it all up. But on one hand, I'm mad that he's, just looking at it, saying, damn, who picked him? Well, a lot of dumbasses did. Either you chose to stay home and not vote, or sell out to all communities, Black, Latino, Hispanics, went and voted for him. And they think they're going to be living a big life come 2025. But that's a damn lie. They didn't have shit. Most of these people didn't have shit when Trump was in office. They ain't going to have nothing when he's in office this time. And I don't need no more excuses, because basically that's all it is. A whole bunch of damn excuses. Now, let me see what y'all got to say in this chat. But Damn, Perry, you took the words out my mouth. Yeah, was just about ready to say that too. He should have been at the Diddy party. Should have been, or was he? See, that's the question everybody playing games with themselves about. When you assemble this guy in cabinet, I know Epstein ain't around no more. So now you get to put the party on yourself. And he gonna do it off the taxpayer dollar, people. Y'all gonna be paying for the baby oil, or should I say we, and the lights, and the air conditioning, and the IVs that they gonna need the next day or 3 or 4 days later, right? So this is all crazy, people. Like, everybody thinking they did a good thing, Charleston White, the Latinos, Hispanics, the blacks that voted for him. It's some bullshit. Like, they ain't gonna be happy soon. That's all I can say. They ain't gonna be happy when 2025 come around. Because, dude, he don't care. When we talked about on previous videos about him getting the military stuff straightened out with the military bases, building these detention camps on them, we like to call them cages because that's basically what they're going to be. And I can't even come in here and laugh. Most time I like to laugh about something. This is not a laughing matter. This shit affects everybody. Project 2025. Women don't lost all their rights. And then you get the Secretary of Defense. Well, yeah, Pete coming on, talking about he don't like women or blacks. He didn't say the black part, but that's what he mean. Now, this is I mean, to me, I'm frustrated. Frustrated because you got dumbasses. Now you're going to have families separated from their families when they start this deportation, which they're going to do. When they start cutting off social services to people who need it. Taking all the women's rights away. Like, it's too much for me. I think people who set out just messed up things. You should have voted. And I got another theory about that. I mean, maybe people did vote when, I don't know, like, the people who didn't vote gonna find out. If you think you was in bad situations where you can't afford food, now your kids ain't gonna get no damn education. They want to get rid of that. And they go, well, yeah, we just give you a couple of funds and you can go and pay for it yourself. What's going to happen to a minority when they give you a stipend for $500 and tell you to go out there and find your child a school to go to? They ain't going to accept that. Oh, we don't have no vacancies. That's what you're going to hear. So you still going to be either homeschooled or in some little small ass school that's underfunded, right? It's a lot of stuff going on, people. A lot of shit going on. They ain't giving a fuck about you paying for food, your kids' education. And if you got a handicapped kid, you really can hang it up. I mean, hell, he told his own nephew that had a handicapped kid, Trump, that, hey, why don't you just get rid of him and move to Florida? He don't know you anyway. Now, what kind of shit to tell somebody that's living with a handicapped child? That's not an easy thing. For one, you want your child to have a regular life, and you're already going through it. Now you got somebody that's supposed to be your uncle. Trump don't care about Melania, blacks, Hispanics, nobody. He care about the green that's going in his pocket. He gonna make sure he do everything to keep the power. It's just crazy. This is sort of out there. But people think it's a joke. And when it's, talking about, oh yeah, he gonna make America great again. America has been great for a lot of reasons. We had freedoms, women had rights, people had Social Security. They want to get rid of that shit. And for the younger people who saying, well, hey, it's not gonna be around when I get there anyway. What about your grandparents? What about your parents that's getting it? People think the stuff was a joke, but when he assembled that group of people that I showed you, they ain't joking. They want not to make America great again. They want to make America white again. So, for all these minorities that think they so intelligent and they ain't like the rest of the minorities because they're bright. Come on now. Stop fooling yourself. This shit is about ready to go down in 2025. And we're going to be here to talk about it. We're going to be here on Perry Politics Today, at least weekly. And I'll post videos during the week. We're going to come and just have a conversation about it. So that's the things that I don't see in the last 2 days that's been going on. Him assembling this cabinet to go to work to make us pay people. Look, let's keep it real. He don't care about poor whites. He don't care about the people who voted for him. They just voted for him because they just strictly racist. They rather go without food to see a minority pay the price. That's in my opinion. But let me see what y'all saying over here in the chat. Let's see. Punch of tokens. Well, let me see. What's so awful about Social Security? Some of their own folks will be without the benefits as well. No, that's the whole thing. Like, people think people on Social Security, then you get the other people who may not be getting it saying, hey, why should they get it? Let's get rid of it. When they own parents get it. It just don't make sense. It's just like anything else. Like with the education thing. Guess what? If you're poor and white, that $500 ain't gonna get you in no better educational system neither. So, but they don't care. That's why I think it stems from racist people who have more racism in their heart than about surviving, like living a good life. That's just my opinion. What's so awful about social? Okay, I know I've seen that one. Thank you, Perry, for giving us an area to vent and talk. Yeah, Leah, you're welcome. Bottom line, he's a convicted criminal that's going to run the country. Come on, that shit is crazy. No, it's real crazy. Now, look, let's keep it real. They rather elect a convicted felon before they elect a black person. Is that true or not? They don't give a damn what he did. Then you get Christians who say they love the world, or do you just love your own kind? Because to vote for them, to be a Christian, you think that they're nice, gentle, and worried about people. Not when you elected a criminal, a felon, right? What about the girls that got AR'd? You a Christian person, shouldn't you care about that? You don't. So I'm tired of these fake ass Christians going on this thing. Oh, the Christian group, this and that. No, you a money hungry hoe like Trump is. Let's keep it real. I was thinking the same thing. I was a Virgo lady. Okay. This is just sad. No, it's sad now. It's going to be worse in February. Look, I don't know how to really say this, but people seriously think, oh, well, Trump just saying that he won't do it. He won't? Come on, people. That shit's going to happen. It seems his current cabinet is incompetent, but this time we have to hope the budget on American government will stall them on their promises. Look, you think you got checks and balances. I know you think, well, no, you know what? As much as he really want to do that, they won't do it. That man said there's no price tag on it, right? And think about it this way. The people he's putting in his cabinet, Elon Musk and the rest of them, right? They got money. They don't care if they spend $2 trillion to make America white again. They don't give a damn. They gonna do it or try to do it. They don't care. So, I mean, they gonna do it. Yeah, I mean, because shit, Elon Musk got a lot of money, but now you got to remember where he came from. He grew up in apartheid. You know what I'm saying? So he already got it in him and already just working, pulling strings. Trump using him, he using him. They both using each other. They both have said bad comments about each other, hated each other, but when it comes to their dollar bill, they unite. Okay? Ukraine about ready to have to give up property to Russia. Might lose Taiwan to China because Elon Musk got that little Starlink system that it's like a satellite system and stuff that give information. He turned it off over to Taiwan and Ukraine so they couldn't use it. But Russia and China could, right? So it's a big money thing. And I don't even know how he part of a cabinet or anything when he's a contractor with United States. Weapons and stuff like that. I don't know. It's like a conflict of interest. You know, he wasn't born here, but guess what? They ain't exporting his ass or deporting, right? And speaking of Elon Musk, it brings me to another topic too, right? And I'm not going to pull a Trump. And this is what happened to Democrats all the time. We try to take the high road. We can't have a recount, then we'll sound like the loser did when he was denying losing. Yeah. He lost, but sometimes when you know shit is real, Elon Musk got these satellite systems that can do a lot of stuff. He's making robot dogs, people, clones, cars that drive their damn self, and you can't. And you gonna tell me he can't manipulate a voter's box? I'm only simply saying, people. I'm only saying. I think it's possible. But Democrats, well, we'll get them next time. You know, we get to take the high road. Well, Democrats taking the high road, Latinos, minorities that's here illegally gonna be taking the highways out of here. I'm telling you, this shit is gonna go crazy. The news gonna be popping every day. A new group. Somebody gonna be getting screwed over. And not just the Latinos and Hispanic. It's gonna be the blacks, the poor whites, Muslims, Arabs. You know what I'm saying? Everybody gonna get it. You are correct, Perry. Musk is a buddy to Putin too. Yes. And then they already got it set up already that, you know, our allies and stuff, they didn't want Trump in because Trump want to break away from all that. He want to be a dictator, right? Hanging out with Trump, doing this stuff. But Trump already sort of getting it set up with Israel and all these other places to stop the war. Don't stop it now. Wait till I come in so I can get credit for it. He always looking for some kind of false respect or something. You know. See. I believe Elon rigged the election. You know what? We only gonna hear that probably on Perry's Politics Today. I think a lot of people feel it, don't want to say it, because these people got a lot of money, and they making a lot of money just off the election alone. I think when Trump got elected, they could have said that Elon Musk could have made 70 million or 70. Yeah, it could have been 700 million. It was some high ass number, people. Just off taxes alone that he know gonna get cut. We are witnessing and living at the precipice of fascist oligarchy. The division of outrageousness of it all is a textbook fascism. Yeah, this is. I mean, look, we living in a time that we never lived before. Slavery was bad, really bad, but most of us wasn't there. But now we going into a territory that we never experienced, people. Jim Crow, yeah, bad. We going through some crazy shit right now, and it's gonna heat up as long as he keep assembling these people. Look, he got all these white supremacists, people just coming on there. They ain't doing it to help the minorities. Basically, he gonna be having a KKK meeting at the White House come January 20th, right? He already sent out the invitations. Pete is one. You know what I'm saying? Pete, Matt Gaetz. He already, look, if you ain't sitting here watching this with your eyes open, you might miss something, but it's crazy. What Bungie say? Are you dropping the link? How much time I got? I'm gonna drop it just for a couple minutes. Let me see. Copy. Yeah, but people, I don't know, like, we heading to a territory that I don't even really know truly what to expect. And when you got kids and stuff, it's a lot to worry about. Blacks always had it bad. You know, yes, sir. When you get pulled over and all that shit. The shit about ready to get worse when they don't have no chance to have to pay for they. When police officers get immunity, that's a big weapon, people. That's a big weapon. Now you got Matt Gaetz and you got Pete with a badge. Now they already racist. Now, could you imagine those freaks? They'll be doing the same thing with Trump did, grabbing them by this, and if you're a minority, beating you like this. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. No, it's just crazy. I mean, they go through this whole thing and they accidentally kill this brother or this minority, Rihanna Taylor. But I'm just saying, like, they never accidentally do it to a white person or a white lady. You notice that?
Right.
It just never happened that way. What's up, Mel? Hey,
Hey,
Bonji.
how you doing?
Hey,
Listen, I know you're up here for a little bit. You listen. That picture you keep showing, like I said in chat, look like a bunch of deranged Scientologists. Like all those pictures, that picture of them look terrible. And the guy from India, you know, he sounds like very scripted.
Swami or something like that.
Yeah.
And then he was like this little guy on YouTube or social media that he got more praises when, see, you know, that's what minorities got it mixed up at too, right?
Oh, yeah.
They love for you to turn on your own.
Mm-hmm.
But the minority think, I'm special. They accept them. They ain't accept the damn thing. They accept that you was a fool enough to turn on your own fucking race. It's what they accepted.
I mean, you know, back in the day, again, in the history class, they taught us about the minstrel shows, basically back in the day where they would have the people who were enslaved put on different performances to perform for, you know, for the racist people, basically. And they go, oh my gosh, I'm making money. These people like me. They didn't respect you. They saw you basically as an animal. Now, when it comes to this, I think Trump trolls people because he knows that he does these crazy things. It'll keep him in the media. But I personally do not ever want to hear them talk about, oh, we're trying to save America and make it, you know, safe again. When you have people up there with this kind of disgusting allegations with Trump and his situations, these are not moral characters. So the people that say, oh, I'm voting for morality, that's a total joke. And another thing I was going to say too was that, oh yeah, I think that's about it. Yeah, they're not all about morality at all, and it's absolutely not. So yeah,
So
it's pretty crazy.
how you feel about the so-called fake Christians that voted for Trump?
I think that, you know what, listen, like you said, it's about money. What I said to you, I think it was here, that and what we learned in this election, that America, most of them, a lot of Americans don't care about civil rights and don't care about human rights. They only care about money. If they can vote for this man, you know what, America has to realize, the way I was taught when I was younger, when I was very young, my family told me, Mel, you know, you own a house. You know, we rent it. I do. You know, I'm talking about, yeah, the White House. How? Well, all Americans are the landlords of the White House, and we are responsible for when a person gets in there. We don't want nobody to go in there messing up, breaking up the windows. And after 4 years, if we decide to take the keys back, they can't do an insurrection. You understand? America, basically, we are the landlords of the White House. So why did we give back to a bad tenant who destroyed it, messed it up, put the dog in there, the cat, the shit, and all type of stuff? We give it right back. And in the real world, we would never do that. Never would we take a house.
You know, America did it because they refused to give the White House to a black woman.
That's absolutely.
And let's keep it real now. Now, that part I'm straight on.
Yeah, and then they make up all excuses. Oh, well, she could have did this. She could listen. She could have ran a perfect campaign, went on Joe Rogan, and she still would have lost. I personally think that. I hate to think it, but I think that basically in America, it's going to take first of the voters don't want to be informed at this point. They want to be entertained. They want to be misinformed. They want to have a lot of sound bites. They want to have a lot of viral moments, and they probably want to vote for a white man. The Democrats are going to have to come back in 2 years or 4 years. This is not my belief, but just I've been watching this stuff. The Democrats are going to come back with somebody who happens to be a man, who happens to be white, probably. Hopefully, he has egalitarian principles in his heart, but he has to be entertaining. He does not have to inform the voters. He just has to entertain them and poke holes inside the MAGA stories. That's all he has to do. He doesn't really have to do what she did, which she was very on point with her message. But the voters was like, okay, well, you saved our lives from, you know, the pandemic. We don't care about that. You gave us checks. We don't care about that. She was teaching them as she went, but they got bored with it. And I didn't. I voted for her, but Americans don't want to be informed. They just want to be entertained.
Yeah, no, I agree. No, you know, I mean, and that's pretty much where it's at. Like, but I don't know. I don't know. It's just weird. Bonji, go ahead, or City Girl.
Hey, Perry, I have a little bit of a different opinion on it, but I'll let Auntie go first.
Okay, so
okay,
a few points on each of the people that you brought up. Vivek Ramaswamy has a similar background, business-wise, to Elon Musk. So I'm not surprised that they were paired together for this new Department of Efficiency. But the kicker is that Ramaswamy and Elon Musk have no experience with bureaucracies. So when you talk about how big these government departments are, their solutions, there's a video making its rounds of Vivek Ramaswamy talking about a random way that he thinks Social Security could be leaned down, where you look at Social Security numbers that end whether they are even or odd, and if they're if you fall under even, then you're being dropped. If you fall under, the criteria is not at all, not only scientific, but it's just random. They just want to reduce government as much as possible. And mind you, some of Elon Musk's funding from the federal government is in the same departments that he's been put in charge of. Where, except in today's America, would that even be a possibility? And the other thing too, Perry, is we used to say a lot as Democrats that, well, we have guardrails in Congress and in the Senate to safeguard us from some of these things that he's doing. I don't trust a single Republican right now to even veto some of these people that he's nominating at all.
That's the crazy part about it too. And like, these people haven't been confirmed yet, and I wonder if some gonna stay strong. But if you think about it, Rubio, and what's the sorry ass in Texas?
DeSantis or
no, DeSantis in Florida. Ted Cruz, and Rubio. Ted Cruz, Rubio. Trump talks shit about them, and they damn wives.
Yep.
But they still on his balls
Mm-hmm.
today. Now you see what I'm saying? Like that is crazy to me.
It's about money. It's all about money right now.
You know, they got all this. Oh, Trump ain't this and all this, but then you join him.
Yeah.
So who the hell you lying to?
It's not about morals. It's not about religion. It's all about proximity to power. So
Mm-hmm.
it's not about your faith or your God or your principles of being a American citizen or what you believe to be American citizen. It's right now we are being screwed by the religion of capitalism.
Right.
It's not even the judicial Christian faith at this point. We are under mental duress and assault of capitalism has just poisoned every aspect of this country. And when you ask majority of these Americans of what we only have in common is capitalism. It is not faith. It is not being a good active civic civilian. It's not having morals. It's not doing the right thing. It's not facts. It's not feelings. It's this inhuman, this thing that people just feel that economics in this country rules everything, and we will put that above everything, even our own well-being, regardless if it's something that people realize one day down the road the roosters will come home to roost. If as long as it's not hurting me right now, it's not hurting the people who are around me right now, being that my wife, my children, my close family members, I don't have to worry about it because I can isolate myself from that. And I feel like majority of Americans have that delusion. So I work, and I have been working in fields where under Trump, I saw a lot of things that Americans lost, and people came in crying, trying to fill out governmental forms before they broke off and closed off benefits. And that's why I just want to really encourage everyone, please make sure you have your birth certificate. Make sure you have your social security card. Make sure you have a driver's license or a state ID that make sure you are carrying it at all times. Do not leave it at home. Once we are in this era, you will not have the luxuries to have the mentalities that we have. Make sure you have your passport.
Yeah.
I'm just being honest. And also, if you are able, because I know all of us have different monetary situations, but anybody can save $10 a paycheck. Make sure you have a stash of emergency money that is viable cash under $100. So what I'm saying by that is carry in ones, fives, tens, and 20s, because right now a lot of American businesses are no longer accepting anything above 50. So if you walk in somewhere with 100, they're not breaking your change. If you walk in somewhere with the 50, they're not breaking your change. Also, pay attention to all these local companies from Walmart, from Aldi's. All of them are going through different changes. For instance, I will give you Walmart. Apple, one of the biggest companies in the world. A lot of companies are breaking from Walmart, and that is your smart pay. So that is when your credit or debit, if you have an Apple phone, is attached to your Apple Pay. When you go into a Walmart, you cannot pay with Apple Pay. You have to either have credit or debit or be a Walmart customer signed into the Walmart app. All these companies are going that way.
Yeah.
They are forcing people into a subscription model. So I'm just protecting our people. Y'all need to wake up.
Yeah.
Y'all need to
I
wake
heard
up.
about Apple.
The attack
Apple.
on the post office, and right now the post office, the one place for our people who can, if you're trying to go in the route of getting a passport, is through the post office. And how right now from Trump's previous presidency, how they broke down and completely messed up the postal system. That's not going to hurt all these other communities. I'm not worried about them. That is
No,
going to
you're right,
hurt
City
us.
Girl. Hey, City Girl, let me get a Dustin a chance to pop in here. But no, I definitely get what you're saying. Like, you got to watch how you move
Yeah.
now going forward. how you
Yes,
carry your cash, and just keep your eye open on what these businesses are doing. Dustin,
Yeah.
what you got to add to the conversation?
Hey, Perry, I just want to add a couple of things to that conversation, if I could.
Uh-huh.
I'm scared for our future in 2025, as President Trump in the future. I am scared for U.S. U.S. of America. I I I was hoping that Kamala Harris would win the presidency. I think that we would be in a better place if she would have won the presidency, and that's just my opinion and my own.
No,
I
I agree
think
with you.
I think that we will have a worse uh, United States of America as soon as Trump takes effect. As soon as January 20th, we are going to have a different United States of America, and it's going to affect me heavily. Project 2025 is going to affect me heavily, Perry, because there's something in there about medications and about how he's going to be cutting the funding for medications. I have
You're right. Go ahead.
I have a disability. I'm in a wheelchair. I can't walk. I take a lot of medications because I have cerebral palsy. So if I can't get my medication, then I will be in a worse situation than I am now.
Yeah, I'm sorry to hear that though, because I'm gonna tell you, it's definitely gonna affect you because they want to cut all this funding out. If you disabled, they don't give a shit. He didn't give a damn when his own nephew's kid was disabled. He treated them as, oh, what is that? He don't know you anyway. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
go
ahead. I was going to say, Dustin, not to cut you off, because I have a couple of people in here in New York City. It might be different where you at. I wanted to tell you this before you, because I remember you from another channel. Dustin, if you get a chance this week, I want you to, if you can, I want you to go to your local senator or people that you feel comfortable with, that you vote, the people that you vote along with, if it's Democratic, and you want to tell them that you're afraid of Project 25, because it may not be a lot they can do for you, but once you sign a paper in that office, they'll be able to monitor your situation better. Because I have a couple of people here who are also very worried relative to disabled, and once they go to the office, they're now calling them. They actually. To be transparent, when I had an issue, I didn't really have a major issue or anything, but I had to contact IRS during the pandemic. It was like nothing, you couldn't get through. I went to the local senator office, and I went there on a Tuesday. They fixed everything by Thursday. It was very fast. So they tickets, and it blows your mind what these people can do. For everybody, businesses and disabled people, they help everybody. It doesn't matter.
I just think that we don't have much time left as in the current presidency, but whatever Joe Biden and Kamala Harris could do, they need to do it now before he gets taken over, because I think we're gonna be in a worse situation than what we are now. And I hate to see it. I hate to see it, Perry, but I know it's going to affect the whole United States of America, because everything is going to be going downhill.
No, it is. It's like
I believe
Down said, they about ready to pull all social programs. Let's keep it real.
Right.
You got people who need it. You know what I'm saying? Like disabled people, elderly people, you know what I'm saying, just going through a bad time. They gonna pull all that shit and they don't give a damn. They just worried about getting rich and richer.
Right.
And as long as they can do it with their friends and make America white again, that's what the hell they gonna do. So I mean, it's gonna be bad for all of us.
But they say they're gonna make America great again. I'm just gonna say they're not gonna do that, because they're not gonna do it, Perry. And this is just my feeling. They're not gonna do it because they're gonna do whatever they want to do, and they don't care about the regular American people. And that's how I feel about that.
Yeah.
And Perry,
I'm gonna respond to this. B girl, I understand what you're saying. You're saying you have 3 people in your household with medical issues. My son is special needs. If they cut or when they cut Medicaid, I will be livid, ready
Really?
to resist. Yeah, you know what? I mean, America, we got to stand tall and try to resist it. But if any way possible that they can pull it off, they will.
And they're gonna pull. And I bet you, Perry, if we have another live after the presidency takes effect, I bet we're gonna have a lot different things to say because I can feel it coming on, and you have to start preparing for it now.
Well, yeah. I mean, because then we can be talking about the shit that's actually happened to us at the time. Yeah. So that's why I sort of created this channel because, like, we might not go on every day, but it's gonna be updates that I post from here or there,
Right.
whether it's a regular video or short or something. But we got to have a way to try to comfort each other at this point.
We gotta have a way. We gotta
Go
have a way to. We gotta have a way to speak our to have our voice spoken, and
Right,
for people
right.
to hear
Yeah.
what we to hear
Yeah.
what we have to say regarding Project 2025 and the presidency in 2025.
Yeah, because I was gonna,
We have to have our voice spoken and people hearing our voice and to hear how I am very concerned about our future.
Yeah. Yeah, I was going to say because what after the election, not many of the people I follow on social media, the politicians, they said nothing. They just looked and stayed shocked, and then they went to their social media and said, "Okay, tell me why you voted this way. That's not helpful. I need a plan." So me, who work with people here in New York City, we started going on Zoom calls and doing stuff like that. And the first thing that people have done that they've gotten results from is talking to their safe local officials. That is where I tell people to start any chance you get. They know what's
Right.
happening in Washington. So when you get a chance to connect with them with your concerns, they can kind of say, "Okay, I got you." Now they can't help everybody in the community. Only the people who goes to them and signs up for they
Right.
sort of help and basically case management of their problems. They deal with tickets, they deal with things in your home, they deal with everything. So you want to go to your local official, say, "Hi, I'm in your community, I voted for you, and I'm afraid about this madman. What's going to happen in my state, in my community?" I did that with one of my family members. We went to their local person, and we got it. It was wonderful. It was great. So we went out of there, and we had a plan. We had a real plan in our hands. So I tell people, go to the people you feel safe with in your community. And also and if it works for you, yeah, when Perry comes on, come back and say, "Hey, everybody, listen, this is what I did. And that's what I'm doing now. Like I saw it with my own eyes. So I want to share it with Perry and his community. Don't give up. You bet. You know it. Be a pain. Excuse my friends. Be a pain in the ass.
We can't.
Of your local officials because they are responsible for all this crap. So you gotta knock on the
can't-
door.
We
And say,
can't.
"Listen, go ahead."
We can't give up because
No,
if we
no,
we can't give up because if we give up, then then we can't give up,
No.
Perry, because if we give up, then everything is going to be
Yeah,
falling
everything's
apart.
gone. Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean,
Mhm.
they want us to give up, people. Like, and we on here venting about things that's gonna happen, but you can't give up. Ain't not one
No.
day I would come on here and say, "Hey, you know what? Let's surrender. Let's give up." No,
Nope.
but it's a lot of people
You gotta
gonna be
keep
affected.
fighting, Perry. You gotta keep
Yeah.
fighting every day.
Now I agree because single parents is gonna catch hell. They don't want to give you shit, help you out, and then
Right.
they treat you like you a burden. When they giving all
Right.
these billionaires tax cuts, that like are giving these other countries money, fight wars and everything else. When you got homeless problems, people can't make it here in the United States. It's bad, but the shit is gonna get worse with the race. The race thing gonna kick in January 20th. If you a
Right.
minority, it's gonna hurt. If
And I
you a
find
poor white, it's gonna hurt.
and
Go
I
ahead.
find that interesting, Perry, because when I hardly ever see anything about talking about that word, Perry. I'm not gonna say that word because I don't
Right.
say that word, but I I hardly ever see anybody talking about that now. But you are right. We're gonna start seeing more stuff about that after the new presidents take effect because I believe that we're gonna have this country is gonna go even down even further.
Mhm.
And we're gonna have a big rude awakening. All these people are gonna have a big rude awakening.
And
And
Perry,
the I'm sorry to interrupt you. The people that voted for him are going to start realizing what they voted for.
Yeah, you're right. Go ahead, Bonji.
One thing that we've been focusing a lot on, not only the economy, but them taking away the safety net. Another thing that will be a very important issue is our national security. If you're going to nominate Pete, as of yesterday afternoon, there is an email that was released to the Associated Press by a member of intelligence who took the issue of Pete right up his chain of command on January 6th, because Pete has a tattoo on his arm that white supremacists have on their, or tattooed on their bodies. And that specific tattoo is not allowed in the military because they know what it stands for.
Oh yeah, I actually seen that today too. Yeah, so
yes,
it's a lot of mess, people. And I'm gonna say this because it's at my hour mark.
Oh,
and I got to make a run. So
go ahead.
But I want to thank everybody for coming, and we got to keep having these conversations on a weekly basis, people. If you ain't subscribed to the channel, if you like it, please do. If you like the video, please give it a like to help out in the algorithm. But people, like, we got to have a spot. We got to have an area where we can just talk about these things. And when I come on here, I'm not coming as no professional. I'm coming as just your neighbor, just a person, how I see things.
Right.
And so we can learn from each other and go through this thing, because we're about ready to catch hell in a little over 2 months.
Right.
Let's keep it real.
Well, let's just enjoy our holidays if we can. But you know what? This was good, and everybody, listen, stay strong and talk to your local officials. That's what I'm doing.
Yeah,
and that's a good scoop, Mel. I'm glad you brought that up. And Dustin, any last word before I get out of here?
No, I just want to say thank you for having me up here. But the next time you go live, if you drop the link, I would definitely be here.
Calling in.
Right.
And you guys have a good one. And everybody, thank you for joining and watching. Like I said, if you ain't subscribed to the channel, please do. Please get a video a like. It helps in the algorithm. But until then, people,
we gotta keep hearing our voices. You know, we gotta keep saying how we feel.
Right.
We just can't. We can't keep this. We can't keep this quiet. You know, because this everything's at risk at this point, right? Yeah.
No, I got you, brother. Hey, all right, Justin, you take care, man.
I'll see you next time, Perry. Thank you for having me up.
All right. Have a good night, everybody.
All right, Mel. But like I said, thanks for coming, everybody, and I truly appreciate it. I hope everybody have a nice weekend. Be safe, and we'll be chatting in the next few days. Until then, bye, everybody.